Hello YouTube. Today I thought we'd have a quick look at the menus for setting buttons up on your joystick or keyboard today. Anyone who's new to Explain, just moved over from FS9, FSX or P3D to Explain, or indeed are still using the other sims and want to use Explain as well. And when you move to Explain, you'll find that the menus are totally different and maybe a little bit daunting at first. So we thought we'd just show you the ins and outs of the menus in Explain. So we go up to the top and we go to Settings, Joystick and Equipment. This is what we get. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 menus at the top. Okay, then we're going to look at the axis first. This is where you set your throttle, your joystick, your roll, pitch, collective is if you're using helicopters, toe brakes if you've got rudder pedals, throttle. That's all pretty straightforward. Just move the joystick and select what you want it to do, and away you go. There are some null zones on there as well. Best probably left at 50% when you first start using Explain, and you can play about with those, and everyone will have a different setting for their own joystick and or yoke, etc. Then we're going to basic buttons. Now this is where you will set up the buttons on your joystick, and it's quite easy to do. You've got quite a few options in this menu. The number at the top there, if I press a button on my joystick, which in this case is for the brakes, toe brakes maximum effort, a number will come up in the top left hand corner. That number will be assigned to that particular button, and you can select any one of these settings in the menu, and that button, if you click on that one there for example, that button will now hold the brake left or hold the brake right. Toggle brakes maximum effort, we'll leave it on that one. Now you can do one for the flaps. I've got a button here that's set the flaps down 1 notch, flaps up 1 notch. The other thing of course is if you want to pan using the hat switch in Microsoft Flight Sim, I think it's pretty much, you don't have to set anything up, it's pretty much automatic, but in Explain you do have to set the hat switch up, and you do that by, if I press the right on the hat switch, pan right fast, left, pan left fast, down, tilt down fast, and up, tilt up fast. You can use the ones above, tilt up, tilt down, pan left, pan right, but it's a little bit slow when you're panning round, so I use the bottom 4. And as I say, gear down for example, I've got another button there, press that, then you gear down, and that will toggle the landing gear, so the same button will toggle it up or down. So that's basically how you use the basic buttons. Now let's have a look now at if you want to assign a keyboard assignment to do a particular thing. We need to go across now to keys, and if we look on the left hand side, there are quite a few keys that are assigned to do certain things. If we want to add a new key assignment, click on add new key assignment there, and it'll come up at the bottom with none. Now if we click on the none box there, and we can then go into these options and have a look down at what we want a particular key to do. For example, if we go to flight controls, we can have a look down on the flight controls and say say we want the key D, for example, to close door 1 close. We can hit the D button on the keyboard and hit the door 1 close and simply close that box down, and the keyboard button D will close door 1. Or you could have it to key D, for example, to switch the landing lights on and off, or whatever you want it to do. That's the basic principles of how to set a keyboard up. And if you want to delete the selected key assignment, just press the delete button. The other thing I wanted to just have a show you in Explain, we just close that down. If we want to look at what sort of frame rates we're getting in the sim, we can go to settings, data input and output, and we get this box here, and you can actually look at a whole bunch of stuff of what Explain is actually doing. Frame rates, we'll tick that one, and if we close that box now, there's our current frame rates, and also CPU, GPU usage, etc. We go back into data input and output and click on atmosphere and weather. It's the last box in the row there. There's the atmosphere and weather box. We can our QNH is 209 and 93. Wind is 13 knots at 180 degrees. No turbulence at the moment. No participation. And there's a load of stuff you can display on the screen by just ticking these boxes here. I only use frame rates and the atmospherics and weather, but there's a lot of other stuff you can use. Explain. There's all sorts of stuff in the menus you can alter, and settings, etc. But that's just the basics, really. So I hope it'll help you when you first open up Explain and have a quick look at the menus. Plugins at the top there is all the extra add-ons that you pop into Explain, which we'll probably have a look at in a future video. So bye for now, and we'll see you next time.